It is 1 o'clock. Welcome back in. It's three-man front. Pat Landrum, Molly Conrad. Based on Molly's reaction moments ago, I don't think that Taylor Swift is playing the Super Bowl. It's another scheme, right, to get your money? Is that what it is?
More albums.
It's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's what it is.
I was right.
Yeah, different vinyls. I'm so disappointed. I still love you, Taylor, but I'm really disappointed.
She just loves milking y'all to death, doesn't she? Oh, she's going to take every cent she can get from the Taylor Swift
I was
fans.
looking at record players the other day. I was showing Pat. Thought about getting one. Not for this purpose, but I've got a lot of albums that were my parents and my grandparents, and I'd just like to hear some of that old sound, that crackling.
Mm-hmm.
Molly, would you describe her business sense as predatory?
No, I mean, she makes a lot of money, so it's working.
I like predatory.
I think it's predatory.
I think we're going to find out, since she's worth over $1 billion, Pat, that she has invested and she is the silent majority owner of a record player company.
Possibly so.
Y'all like that theory?
And she just bought Seasick Records. She's now the sole owner. She's predictable sometimes. But hey, like Molly said, it works, right? People buy it. People buy it, put money in her pocket, so she's not going to stop.
Big story today. We talked a lot about Jam Miller early in the program. Alex Scarborough from Bama 247 joined us on the program from Bama 247, was telling us that it's an upper body injury, a collarbone issue that was dealt with Saturday night after the scrimmage. They hope that he will be back for the Georgia game for the Alabama Crimson Tide. No practice for Alabama on the practice fields. They'll be back at it tomorrow morning at 9:20. Meanwhile, Auburn's Hugh Freeze, we heard from him at 11:30 this morning. He was praising Jackson Arnold and his development. He also says that he believes that there's a place for both Ashton Daniels and Deuce Knight to be used in their game plan. Also says he's hopeful that Auburn's strength and numbers approach will work on the defensive front. Auburn not practicing today. They will be back at it tomorrow. Meanwhile, Auburn announced that Cam Newton's number 2 will be retired. Moving forward, he will join the likes of Pat Sullivan's number 7, Bo Jackson number 34, Terry Beasley number 88 as the only 4 players in Auburn football history to have their numbers retired. Everyone's head is still spinning over the proposed 24-28 team college football playoff potentially by the Big Ten Conference. That came out over the weekend. 7-7-5-5-2-2 format, which basically would give you 4 first-round byes. Conferences would cancel their conference championship games the first week of December, which means the playoffs could begin sooner, which means you could have on-campus games the first 2 weeks of the season. But once again, you just ask the question, if you couldn't get whole support of a 16-team playoff based on 5 automatic qualifiers, why are people going to line up and be okay with a 24 or 26-team playoff model when the SEC and the Big Ten would get 7 automatic qualifiers apiece?
Yeah, I don't know if you're really helping things, because that was the objection, right? Was how many automatic bids each conference, but by putting more teams, but as a result, you're going to have more teams. It's almost like, oh, well, let's move these numbers around and hope that they don't notice. But obviously they do. That's just way too many teams. I wouldn't have a problem if they moved it to 16 teams. I'm good with that. But then you start diluting what you're watching and the importance that we place on some of these games early in the season and especially late in the season.
5-11. It's just
5-11, right?
It's just right there, just sitting on the table.
But that's not Petitti's idea.
No, it's not.
You know what? Everybody wants it to be their idea.
How can we convince him that it was his idea and then he'll go along with it? We need a psychologist in here.
The SEC, they have a meeting every week with the athletics directors. Last week, some reports came out that on Friday, the SEC and the Big Ten had a conversation. I guess the Big Ten was floating that idea in regards to that. And then this week, the SEC will have another meeting. They are still trying to work out their own issues from a scheduling standpoint. They're trying to figure out, are we going 8? Are we going 9? What are we doing here? So I think once they can get that put to bed, then perhaps they can concentrate on what the college football playoff looks like. Now, if this cockamamie idea of the 7-7-5-5-6-4-3-2-1 model, whatever it is, if that were to gain momentum, you're not looking at 2026, you're looking at 2027 for that to happen. So we'll see. So what happens. The University of Michigan, no big surprise, they have announced that they're going to appeal their NCAA penalty from Friday. They think $20 million is too much because when it's all said and done, the number actually can go up to $30 million, depending on how good their football team does. So if they make the college football playoff like Joel Klatt predicts that they're going to make the college football playoff, that's money in their bank account. And then that number would go up in regards to what you're going to have to pay the NCAA. So they are going to appeal the decision. Michigan Athletics Director Ward Manuel, for his part, said he was relieved that the findings did not lead to a reduction in postseason opportunities, but added a postseason ban should never have been under consideration in this case. I fully support the university's decision to pursue an appeal.
I just like the people over the weekend of, this is unmatched in terms of the financial burden this is going to put on Michigan. Meanwhile, you have Dave Portnoy posting a video of him smoking a cigar saying $20 million is chump change to Michigan. That we can, that's pocket change up in Ann Arbor. It's just
an appeal. This is predictable. This is what you're expected to do. I don't know how hopeful they are that this lessens any of the severity of the sanctions that are put on them, but you have to do it. You appeal, and then when you hear the appeal, you promptly respond, no. You're lucky that's all you got.
Well, it reminds me of like in Major League Baseball when you have let's say, all right, you got caught, you threw at a batter or whatever. We're going to give you a 3-game suspension. So then you appeal the suspension, and more than likely it's going to come back, and they're going to give you 2. You get some relief on an appeal. So I'm just curious if there's going to be a financial relief on here because nothing else is able to stick.
Well, and can you tie it up going back to Major League Baseball where the guys are able to play out while it's still under appeal? Does this not hit you fiscally this season, and maybe you're just trying to balance your ledger and saying it'd be easier to start paying this out at this date as opposed to right now and just trying to delay the process? I don't know.
Possibly. And the other angle to all of this is the crazy story about Connor Stallions being on the sideline for the Central Michigan State game. So if you remember back during the Netflix documentary, Untold, Stallions denied being there at the game. He says, I don't recall attending a specific game there. Meanwhile, he held up to the Netflix cameras a picture of an individual on the sideline wearing sunglasses. And he made the statement, I don't think this guy even looks like me. Just the brashness, the arrogance during that whole interview. Now, so NCAA investigators did, finding that this was indeed him on the sideline for the Chippewa Spartans game in East Lansing. Now, this is what the NCAA said. On one occasion in 2023, Stallions personally engaged in-person scouting when he stood on the Central Michigan University sideline wearing a bench pass and disguised in Central Michigan-issued coaching gear during the institution's contest against Michigan State. The outside assumption was always that a CMU staffer was doing Stallions a solid by allowing him to get an in-the-flesh look at Michigan State's signaling operation. That was the general idea, right? Well, CBS Detroit is now reporting that Stallions did not reach out to Central Michigan to attend the game, but instead, Central Michigan requested Stallions' help. They wanted him on the sideline. He wasn't gathering information for the University of Michigan. Our shark lover,
old McElwain,
Jim McElwain, he apparently was involved in this. Now, this is from CBS News in Detroit. 2 sources say with direct knowledge of the incident confirmed to CBS News Detroit that a CMU coach initiated contact with Stallions and that then head coach Jim McElwain was likely aware of and approved of the arrangement to secure Stallions a sideline credential and outfit him in CMU-issued gear. Stallions' presence on CMU sidelines has fueled the wave of speculation and theories, largely because it unfolded in the middle of the NCAA's broader investigation with Michigan. There has been a question whether or not Stallions somehow snuck onto the sidelines of his own accord. According to the Central Michigan source, Stallions' role during CMU's game against Michigan State was the result of a direct request from the Central Michigan staff with the sole purpose of assisting their program for that game.
See, now we need to reopen the whole Shark thing because of this. I'm not convinced that wasn't him now.
Naked dude on the Shark?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I always thought it was, but I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But now with this going to it, maybe he's just really good at
Well, the people at
fabricating
Navy,
the
people
truth.
at Navy I talked to said that they saw the picture the first time and they said, yeah, that's definitely Connor.
I mean, it's just like you were saying, the brashness to say, this looks nothing like me, when it very clearly looks very similar to you. Now, does that mean it's you? Absolutely not. But to say it doesn't even look anything like you, I mean, come on.
All right, let's hear from Jim Harbaugh, who was the head football coach of the 2023 national champion Michigan Wolverines.
Like I said to you last year, not engaging.
One more time, this is Jim Harbaugh when asked by the media in Los Angeles about the Michigan penalties by the NCAA.
Like I said to you last year, not engaging.
It's not engaging.
Okay.
Not going to talk about it.
Nope.
I mean, that's like saying I plead the fifth, and then everyone goes, oh, okay, so we know why you're pleading the fifth. Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer, after the scrimmage on Saturday, he was asked by the media because he was on the opposing sideline in the national championship game against Michigan. He was asked about his thoughts about Michigan's penalties on cheating.
I don't know anything about it. I honestly don't. I don't know what they got. I didn't read it. I don't know. So I haven't even heard about it. So you can tell me, not going to respond, I guess.
I think it was, they estimated a $20 million fine, and Sharon Moore got an extra game suspension, and then some people got show causes and other stuff.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how in comparison to other issues that we've had over the years, how that relates, but it is what it is. I don't have too much of a response, I guess.
And yeah, I really don't care. I'm worried about getting this team ready to play.
I'm worried about my starting running back that just broke his collarbone. I'm not too worried about Jim Harbaugh.
No, I need him to be more fired up because they robbed Alabama of 2 national championships, as we discussed last week. Nick Saban went out a champion, and Kalen DeBoer is now the champion as well. So 2 national championships for Alabama 2 years ago. They robbed us. 2. So now we have 20. If you're keeping track at home, Alabama has 20 national championships. 20. Based on my math.
And one of the more bizarre situations that took place over the weekend. Remember, we had this situation on Friday. No, it wasn't Friday. It was earlier in the week from the student newspaper in Auburn. The guy posted a video of Hugh Freeze throwing his visor. Well, a student reporter at the student newspaper at the University of Arkansas had a very interesting exchange with Sam Pittman. Take a listen.
And then a lot of talk about, year 2 under Bobby. I guess maybe year 6 under you doesn't sound quite as exciting to the eye, but I guess have you learned anything that I guess, sorry.
Was there a question in there?
Yeah,
what the hell are we doing?
Sorry. I guess, is there anything new that you've learned about yourself that you're looking to take into this year? I guess I should just lead with that.
You have to change majors if you're.
All right, one more time. If you
change major.
If you did not catch this, just listen to this question by this student reporter at the University of Arkansas.
And then a lot of talk about, year 2 under Bobby. I guess maybe year 6 under you doesn't sound quite as exciting to the eye, but I guess have you learned anything that I guess, sorry.
Was there a question in there?
Yeah,
what the hell are we doing?
Sorry. I guess, is there anything new that you've learned about yourself that you're looking to take into this year? I guess I should just lead with that.
You feel bad for him because that's probably the first time he's ever asked a question like that in that
nervous,
setting.
Man.
He's been practicing and in his head what the question's going to be, and then you get to the moment and it's just word vomit.
Okay, so what I'm about to tell you is not going to surprise anybody in this room or the people listening to this radio show. When the press conference was over, this young man went to Sam Pittman directly and apologized. And he said that Sam Pittman could not have been nicer. And he apologized, not Pittman, but the student, about his line of questioning. He obviously misphrased it. And he said Pittman could not have been nicer, accepted the young man's apology, and it was over with. But it definitely made for some awkward moments and some interesting sound coming from Fayetteville.
Just such an unnecessary part of the question.
I understood the premise. I understand the premise of the question. That would have been a tough one to phrase, however you phrased it.
Well, he got it right at the end. It was just, you know.
What have you learned about yourself as opposing to it's not as it doesn't sound as exciting to the eye?
Well, and it's just the fact it's like, oh, so we're excited for year 2 of Bobby Petrino, but why would
not
anyone
for
be
year
excited for 6 year of
But you're right. Sam Pittman handled it because he's a class individual, not just a good football coach.
If you could see in his
he's
look,
a class individual.
he was looking over at his sports information director.
Like, what are we doing?
Is this for real?
Like, who did
He actually said, "What are we doing?
How did this guy get in here?
What are we doing here?"
Hey, I bet he won't ask that question again or anything like that. He will be very careful about how he phrases his questions.
How old are you, buddy? You want a cold beer?
Yeah, you.
Are you of age?
You
Come on back here.
You
Come
live
on.
and you learn.
Come on. Yeah. I'm gonna promote it today.
Poor kid.
I ran into Travis Lloyd from Abide Roofing on Friday night, and he was telling me about all the people that is taking advantage of the free consultation and a no worries free estimate. Just, hey, call Abide Roofing today at 205-941-6223, and you can take advantage of this wonderful service because you don't need to worry about your roof, because whether it's your family home or a commercial building, Abide Roofing delivers tailored solutions for every need. 25 years of trusted experience there at Abide Roofing. They have the expertise to get the job done right and the first time around. They helped me out. They got on my roof. They saw that I had a big time issue, had some leaking in my attic and into my ceiling in my kitchen. So guess what? Travis Lloyd got with my insurance company. They worked out everything, and then they put a brand new roof on my house. Abide Roofing, they're masters at navigating the claims process to get you the coverage that you deserve. So ready to get started? It's a simple phone call, 205-941-6223. That's 941-6223, or visit their website, abideroof.com. That's Abide Roofing, quality, precision, and customer satisfaction every time.
College football playoff expansion. What is the limit? How far should they go? Dave, hang on. We'll get to your phone calls, your reaction as well. Three-man front continues on Jocks.
122 on this Reaction Monday, 1-800-239-WJOX, the courtesy GMC text line, 205-834-9450. Some news coming out of Austin, Texas. This is huge news, as their athletics director, Chris Del Conte, he has just received a 6-year contract extension that's going to pay him $2.9 million for 2026 and eventually pay him $4.25 million in 2036. The Board of Regents at the University of Texas, they are meeting this week, and it is expected that they will give the rubber stamp to this approval on a 6-year contract extension. That's a lot of dough for an athletics director.
That is a lot of cash. Del Conte, he is well liked by all of his colleagues, right?
What kind of Lamborghini will he buy with that? Maybe at this stage in life he goes for the SUV like Carson Beck had. Something more comfortable.
I don't know. If this
don't have to get his low down to get in the car.
Do you just get a driver?
Yeah, maybe so.
I go something like Rolls Royce, just some super gaudy, like old school Rolls Royce.
I like that.
I think of
gold
him
grill.
Yeah.
No, I think of him driving around downtown Austin with the big old long horns on the front of his vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Kind of like Boss Hog.
Like Boss Hog?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Convertible?
Yep.
Cadillac?
White.
Mm-hmm. But you got the
burnt orange leather inside.
I was thinking cow print leather.
No, I was going burnt orange.
What about both?
You could do both.
Burnt orange cow print.
Burnt orange cow print with the burnt, or just regular cow print with the burnt orange Horns logo sewn in.
There you go.
Wow, $2.9 million. And then eventually $4 million. Hope Sark works out. Hope your new basketball coach, Coach Miller, works out.
Okay, so we have not brought this up, and we've had a lot of, obviously, college football conversation today. But here locally, this UFL thing, are we believing what this new owner of the UFL is he's threatening us? Is that what he's doing?
It felt like a threat. Yes.
Or okay. Maybe threat is too much of a harsh word.
No, but it felt like a threat, Pat. I think it's fair.
Ultimatums, yeah.
Well,
he would say he's trying to incentivize the fan base to speak up with their wallet, but I think it's very clear that you're saying, hey, if you don't pay up X number of dollars, essentially, or whatever 5,000 season tickets is worth, see ya.
All right, so in a nutshell.
Feels like this is pressure sales.
So he tweeted out, I guess, from his X account that Birmingham needs to sell 5,000 season tickets because we only average 9,000 fans. And unless we sell 5,000 season tickets, then the Stallions will not be here.
Wasn't it this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they want to sell 5,000 season tickets in a week, not before the start of next season.
Has this guy given us any indication how many have been sold?
I hadn't seen anything.
No. And I don't know if that's 5,000 is including the people that have already bought season tickets or if that's 5,000 on top of what they already have gotten.
Couple questions here. If I sign up to buy 2 season tickets and then they decide they're going to relocate to Boise, Idaho, do I get my money back?
That's a good question.
Surely you do.
Do we have a roundabout range how much season tickets cost?
I think about $100.
I saw something where I believe if you put down a deposit, so you don't have to pay it all at once, you can put down $50, and that's a deposit for your season ticket.
Okay, so then
that's my understanding.
I would assume you would get the $50 back then.
But if you do some simple math there, that's what, $250,000 that they're hoping to bring in from 5,000 season ticket sales at $50 a pop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind asking and saying what he said, but to put it in a 1 week time frame, I don't know if that's going to get the best response.
Well, and then I was seeing
from folks that we live around.
Then I was seeing something that some folks were trying to buy season tickets over the weekend, and it wasn't working. The site wasn't. And then the United Football League, the official account of the UFL, they sent out a direct message, or actually just a tweet, saying that, hey, for those Birmingham Stallions folks trying to buy season tickets, you need to go here. So, I mean, this whole thing is just very convoluted. And if you're going to hold a media market hostage, Mr. New owner of the UFL, then why don't you come out and be transparent and tell us how many tickets have been sold?
So I'm trying to do it right now, and it is working right now, and it is just, you can go, if you just type in Stallion season tickets on Google, it will take you to a link, and your only option is the $50 deposit.
Well, I just want to know, I mean, listen, if you're going to hold an ultimatum to a market and you're going to say you got to do this or you're gone, then okay, well, give us like twice a day reports of how many tickets have been sold. Let us know. Be transparent. You want to mouth off about we only average 9,000. It's funny how he mentioned nothing about us being the number one television market of your stupid league.
Which we had been told for years was all they cared about, right? Was television numbers.
Yeah, so, okay, so just tell us what's important to you. Selling 5,000. So 5,000 season tickets are going to appease you, Mr. New Owner, and then put us in a better situation moving forward? Or are you going to improve the football?
Right. My question is, these other valued franchises, I know that St. Louis does well, but what is DC? What is their preseason season ticket sales look like? How many people are going and pre-buying all of those tickets? I just want to see the comparison of the other 3 teams. If we're going to say the top 4 teams in attendance from last year, where are the other 3 teams in previous years? Where are they right now in their preseason season ticket sales?
Well, let's say they hit the target. Okay, that's great. So you're now going to take some of that money and funnel it into marketing in the regions around?
It was nothing specific. He said, yes, we made a commitment to, paraphrasing, do more in the local market, which is great, and they need to do that. But
what does that mean?
My problem is I've seen enough of this crap in this market for years covering these 2-bit leagues. You know, if you're going to make that kind of threat, then be transparent and tell us exactly if the number is 5,000. Okay, then today's Monday and you mouthed off over the weekend about it, then go ahead and give us a report right now of where we stand.
And you better not be moving the goalpost.
That's my point.
Yes.
Just be transparent. Because then what? Okay, so you mean to tell me that you're going to pull the team out of the number one market in the UFL if we sell 4,995 season tickets? Like what is the number? Is that the real number? Is that what we're talking about? Because apparently the mayor of Birmingham feels very confident that the team's going to be back based on some of his social media posts. But of course, he's running for re-election, so don't know where that currently stands in regards to the grand scheme of things.
So where did the 5,000 number come from?
Came from the new owner.
No, I know.
The UFL.
But where did he get that number?
I don't know. I guess he would need to tweet it out again, I guess.
Okay, so Mike, is it Rapoli?
Sure.
All right, so because you brought up Randall Woodfin and what he posted over the weekend. So Mike Rapoli responded to that, and this would have been on Saturday.
Now, what was Woodfin's original post? I do not follow the mayor of Birmingham on social media. Sorry. I don't live in Birmingham, so I don't pay attention to what he says.
So he posted, it's 10 days until Election Day, vote for Mayor Woodfin, and he says, no cap, the Stallions are staying in Birmingham. So essentially insinuating if he gets elected, he's not going to let the Stallions leave. So Mike Rapoli responded to that and said, great to meet you, Mayor Woodfin, and best of luck in your election in 10 days. Quick Stallions update. As of this morning, this is Saturday, we've got 500 new season ticket requests. The excitement in Birmingham has been incredible. The city, the fans, the people, and local businesses. Now about the rumor that the Stallions are definitely staying in Birmingham, that's not true. Unless you personally just bought 4,500 tickets, in which case, thank you. That's not the case. So essentially saying, unless Mayor Woodfin goes out and buys $4,500 season tickets, that he can't guarantee that they are ultimately going to stay. He also...
Why doesn't he do that and just hand them out to people around the community next year? Would that count? Can the city buy if the city chose to?
Yes.
I think so.
That's what he's saying here.
Okay.
But he also said, and this is interesting, he tweeted this out yesterday. He says, Stallions Nation, I need your help. What is a better option for us? Do we focus on selling out the lower bowl at Protective Stadium or focus on Hoover Met? I want to make this work for Birmingham.
Well, remember, I brought that up months ago. I mean, that was one of the rumors that I had heard from a legitimate source that because for whatever reason, the UFL and Protective Stadium, there's a rub somewhere. I don't know if it's the Birmingham end or the UFL end, whatever the case may be. And so this new guy really wants to play in these smaller venues. That's why he's going to these smaller soccer stadiums like DC. Now, I can't explain why you want to continue to play in the Alamo Dome where,
If you announce, just your opinion, Pat, if you announce that the Hoover Met would be the new home for the Stallions, do you think that those season tickets get sold?
That 5,000 more?
Yeah.
The Protective Stadium is a centralized location.
I know
it's a great venue.
I know.
You have eating established around there, just like the Hoover Met. You and I call football games at the Hoover Met. It's definitely a small venue. But I just don't think you're gonna get.
Is
to
that
that
more
number.
people? Are you going to garner more interest? I should have just asked this. More interest from the Metro, from the Hoovers, from the North Shelby County, from the Alabaster, Vestavia. I guess that would be splitting the difference to distance. Do you get more people that say, "Yeah, I'll do it. I want to go see him play at the Met. I'll buy season tickets."
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to finish because his response to Mayor Woodfin was very lengthy. I'm just going to read this. So this is continuing on with what he said about Mayor Woodfin. You need to buy $4,500 tickets if you want to guarantee the Stallions can stay. This is Mike Rapoli. I promise the UFL will step it up with better marketing and smarter scheduling under my leadership. Let's hop on a call or a Zoom next week to figure this out. Also, if you would like the St. Louis mayor's phone number, I have his contact because his Battlehawks draw 26,000 fans per game. Still, I believe in Birmingham, and with your leadership, or maybe the new mayor's leadership, we can make this happen. Let's lock in at dinner at Perry's Steakhouse opening week. P.S. Perry's season tickets for all your employees would be a great Christmas bonus, and call me about sponsoring the UFL. I'm sorry, that is clown show written all over it. That's an embarrassment.
Well, I've said it before, especially when it comes to the city of St. Louis. I know that market really well. They had 2 former National Football League teams. You cannot compare St. Louis to San Antonio, that's never had an NFL team, or Birmingham, Alabama, that has never had an NFL team. That is not a fair comparison, not to mention the fact that it's the best indoor venue that you have available. And those fans in St. Louis, they still believe that they should have an NFL team. I mean, they sued the Los Angeles Rams and won.
Well, that last comment about call the mayor of St. Louis, that ticks me off a little bit.
Yeah, that's
well, that
pitiful.
And then, hey, maybe you can help us or the next mayor with a laughing emoji. Like, haha, if you don't win, well, whatever. Maybe the next guy can come in and actually get this done since we don't think that you can. I mean,
he's got a New York sense of humor. That's where he's from.
Well, he's a jackass is what he is.
All right, more 3-man front on this Reaction Monday from Conrad here on Jocks. It is 1:38. Welcome back in. This is Jocks on Reaction Monday. We've got football kickoff in 5 days. And, right now, with school being back in session, it's time to roll into a new season in style at Courtesy GMC in Trussville. Brand new pricing is out. Get up to $17,000 off an all-new GMC Sierra 1500. Save up to $13,000 off the powerful Sierra 2500 HDs. I've owned a couple of Yukons myself, and it's that SUV. It outperforms every other SUV in its class. You can save up to $5,000 off every Yukon and Yukon XL. And how about the all-new Acadias? The 2026s are making its way on the lot as we speak. Plus, every new GMC there at Courtesy GMC in Trussville comes with a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind that's going to last. Hurry into Courtesy GMC in Trussville, where Courtesy's got the lowest prices in the Southeast, or check them out online at courtesybirmingham.com.
Going back to the Stallions' potential move, potential staying, I guess, from the new UFL CEO. This one reads, doubt very seriously the Birmingham Stallions will be playing at the Hoover Met, considering the SEC baseball tournament is there the same time of year. Well, the SEC baseball tournament, that would take up one of your Saturdays.
Just play on the road that Saturday.
Playing surface, I think that you could figure out ways around that as well. But no, it's an interesting point. They do have another event there that they value very much. Will says, me gusta angry Conrad. Conrad got a little bee under his bonnet.
I just don't like people that disrespect our city.
Did you call him a jackass? Is that what you called him?
I did. That
so
was
Conrad
the
called
nice
the
word.
new CEO of the UFL that is worth how many billions of dollars?
1.6, if I recall correctly.
1.6 billion. Called him a jackass. Conrad Van Order.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he can come on the show and give us some clarity on what the season ticket.
I think he should come on every day at 10:48 for the rest of the week, and he needs to give us a ticket update. Because here's my other question. Didn't they fire a bunch of people that worked in the front office of the Stallions?
We heard about some people that lost their jobs.
Who's taking their phone calls? Or is it just completely online?
Maybe it's a call center in New Delhi.
Bangladesh?
Landrum, you'll have to give Wimp some heck about the Indians. He was talking all that smack. They got swept by the Braves. Go Bravos. Jack and Alabaster, thank you. I'll remind him.
Yeah, I haven't thanked you yet, y'all. Y'all did us a solid this weekend, so thank you.
Did we?
Yeah, they were the team behind us in the wild card, so now we have some wiggle room now. Thanks.
I was celebrating the fact that the Braves are in single digits when it comes back to wild card games back.
That's okay. That's
not
something.
That they're gonna get a wild card spot,
something.
but it's a small.
So you're back to watching them again because you've sworn them off and now you're back again?
I mean, Look at his shirt, Pat. Look at the shirt.
It's amazing, him and Barrett. It's just like a roller coaster. It's like 1 week, I hate them. I'm done. I'm never going to watch them again.
That's my right.
I'm moving on. And then all of a sudden they beat the Cleveland Guardians and it's like, oh, the world is great again.
Would you have worn that shirt if y'all didn't sweep them this week?
Actually, it was the 4 out of 5 with the Marlins, the 2 out of 3 with the Mets, and then the sweep that compelled me to watch. We still going back to the no, we're not going back there. Crimson Convict asking, are they going to have a laptop and a bag of money on the banner with the jersey number for one Cam Newton? I don't think so.
No, I don't think they'll do that.
Nick from Prattville, you guys already know if Alabama loses to Florida State, the absence of Jam Miller will be the number one excuse used by Alabama fans to explain why they lost to Florida State. Go Noles, all caps.
As I said earlier, if Alabama loses to Florida State, it will not be because Jam Miller is not playing in that game. It will be because there are bigger issues to deal with.
Going back to Scotty Scheffler, only making 3. John Rahm getting 18 for being the Live Tour champ. FedEx Cup champ wins $15 million. Scheffler will most likely get that next week. If you add the two together, that would be the $18 million.
There you go. Yeah, and I think somebody pointed out in the text earlier that apparently John Rahm hasn't won a single Live Golf event. It's just he's had really good finishes in all of them, and so cumulatively, that's how he won the Live Golf Cup or whatever they call it.
Really good question from Luke in North Carolina. He says, hey, guys, I noticed no SEC teams have ever gone to Ireland for the Week 0 game. As you probably know, Kansas State had to give up an on-campus home game to play Iowa State in Dublin this year, just like Georgia Tech did last year. Would you ever want to see an SEC team such as Bama or Auburn move one of their games to Ireland? Would it matter if they were playing as the home team, giving up an on-campus game, or the away team? Thanks. I personally would just, as a media member of this state, I would reserve that for the other teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool to see an SEC team there. And, I mean, this obviously, I mean, it's going to affect Kansas State and Iowa State and those communities as well. But, I mean, would you just get into what losing out on a game day in your college town costs local businesses and everything that goes into that? It is an astronomical amount of money that you are giving up in order to go play in one of these events, and that's a tough ask.
Unless you have a sponsor that sponsors the event in Ireland that pays you for your appearance and covers whatever you're going to lose from a home game.
Why don't you just have Notre Dame be there every year as the home team?
I think the people in Ireland want a little variety.
Yeah.
Can you imagine an SEC fan base?
Imagine Texas A&M fans going over to Ireland.
Could you imagine them seeing the Merry Milkman in downtown Dublin at those pubs?
But based on what I've heard from people who, I know Molly's been over there, but other people we've talked to that have gotten to hang out with the folks over there, I think the SEC culture would actually fit very well.
Very, very much
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
ACC, maybe some of those cats, maybe not so much. Like your Virginias.
Your wine and cheese crowd?
Your wine and cheese, yes.
I bet Kansas State and Iowa State fans, they'll put down some Guinness. No doubt.
By the way, I tried some of the Guinness-flavored macaroni and cheese that they have out. Yeah, it's the same people that are doing the pretzel pieces, Molly, we like so much.
Is that why you're running to the bathroom so much today?
Probably so.
Wait, so I'm just very curious about how much of the Guinness flavor is in the mac and cheese.
You can taste it. It's put out by a cheese company in Vermont, actually. But
I just don't know if I'd want my mac and cheese to taste that way. But I would.
No, it doesn't taste like a beer, Conrad.
Oh.
It's just subtle hints.
Oh, okay.
Of some of the things that are in there. It was good, and I'm not sure that was a culprit. Well, now that he's let the cat out of the bag, I got to comment on it.
We were just letting it play out.
Yep. We appreciate the text. A lot of great ones we were not able to get to. Keep them firing in 205-834-9450 as we continue on Three Man Front.
It is 1:50. Welcome back on this Reaction Monday. Hope you'll join us tomorrow at Social Taco. We're there each and every Tuesday from 10 until 2 o'clock. If you've never been to Social Taco, located there in the Soho section right by City Hall in Homewood, Alabama. So come on by and see us. So we will be there. Mike Griffith will be one of our featured guests tomorrow as we will continue as we're just 4 days away from Week 0's games kicking off. Dublin will be the first game coming up on Saturday.
Should be good. Hopefully it's as thrilling as the one that we got last year with Georgia Tech and Florida State, right?
That was a good one.
Any other? What would be the other marquee game?
The Kansas one is maybe.
Yeah.
Sam Houston, Western Kentucky could be sneaky good.
Yeah, but TJ Finley's not a part of it, so
I just
feel
I want to see Dan
just
Mullen
knowing that he wore that uniform, Conrad.
wearing the scarlet and black of UNLV.
I think a lot of people will have forgotten that. They might tune into that game and go, oh, is that who I think it is on the sideline? Yes, it is.
Hawaii is a 2-point favorite over Stanford.
I'm definitely watching that one. That's tradition for me. I watch Hawaii. If they're playing week 0, I watch them.
Playing in the, what's the name of that?
That would be the Clarence T.C. Ching Athletics Complex, Pat.
Yeah, that's the
doesn't just roll
15,000 seat venue there. Yep.
I'm impressed you knew that off the top of your head.
He didn't.
I've got a schedule pulled up right here.
Come on.
I was about to say, I was like, whoa.
Well, Conrad, I will really blow you away with this.
Hey,
the Houchins Industries LT Smith Stadium in Bowling Green.
You know what I thought
You're so informed.
The name of the Hawaii one was? The Timmy Chang Complex.
He
was a good quarterback at Hawaii.
He was. Have they not got a spam corporate partnership yet? I feel like with the amount of spam that is sold and consumed over there.
Is that a big thing over there?
Huh. Spam?
Why?
I don't know.
They not have a lot of cattle farms on the islands?
I've never had spam before.
Me neither.
My entire life.
I did it as an eating challenge on this show.
And was it... I just find it... I think it would be repulsive, personally.
I don't like the out-of-the-can spam.
No. That's
but
gross.
I've had to, in a pinch, when we'd go down to the hunting camp and had it where you fry it. You cut it thin and you fry it kind of like bacon. It's bearable. You would be okay with it.
Okay, I could, yeah.
But yeah, the gooey coming out of the can with the gelatin covering it.
See, it's like it's similar, and I mean it's different, but like with Vienna sausages, where it's like it's not that gross, but like just looking, it's gross. But it doesn't taste as bad as you think it would.
So on one of our monitors, we're watching what's going on in Washington, D.C. right now as Trump is meeting with Zelensky and the European leaders. And as you're sitting here looking at this big room with all the flags and the big conference room with all the world leaders sitting around, I can only envision that's what the college football playoff managers meeting looks like when they get together to discuss the CFP expansion. The question is...
Who is Trump?
Tag Ovalia.
Yeah, he just said that. Matter of fact, in this meeting with Zelensky and the world leaders. Kind of crazy. He brought up to his name.
So who's Trump holding court?
Oh, that's Sankey. What are you talking about? Petiti is like Macron from France.
I think Tony Petiti would take exception to that. He sees himself as Trump.
Or maybe he sees himself as the Italian. What's her name? The prime minister. You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Well, he's got an Italian last name.
Yeah,
right?
I don't
Petiti?
know the name.
She's there. She's sitting next to Trump.
Okay.
No, I mean, look. I mean, does that not remind you of like what you would think that the CFP board of directors when they get together and?
Yes, with more snacks. I don't know. I just envision them having more snacks.
Do they have a bunch of fast food laid out for the world leaders?
No, but whatever's happening, of course, we have the volume down.
Well, somebody just cracked the joke.
Man, they're all laughing. Now, the guy from England, what's her name? Starner, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of, but man.
The
young lady from Italy is.
Yeah, Italian president. She's laughing at his jokes.
Did Macron's wife come with him today? Or is she back on the plane?
So has this visit for Zelensky already been longer than the first one, or are we still?
Oh, no. I think it's gone well so far.
Does Zelensky wear a tie to this one?
Yeah, he's sitting right there. I don't know if it's a tie. I think he's
I don't think he wears a tie.
Yeah, I think he's just got he's got a black suit on.
I didn't know if he was going Kayla DeBoer. Like, nope.
Going hoodie?
Going with the light hoodie?
I am not conforming to your White House dress decor.
Why is there a ladder over there? You see that?
They're going to cut down a net eventually.
I guess so.
Florida basketball coach runs out, waves at the group. Appreciate you joining us today. Appreciate all the interaction, all of it found there at the podcast. Tomorrow, join us live from Social Taco in Homewood from 10 to 2. Have a great rest of your Monday. God is great.